Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Welcome to CNN Student News. I'm live from the 302. It's a beautiful day. The sun about to set. Birds still chirping. The wind's still blowing. But anyway, I got a story to tell you about the Progressive Era. A huge blast from the past, almost 100 years ago. And today, we're talking about technology, music, and minority groups. Three very key and major factors that were vividly changing throughout the time period. So to start off with technology. Right now, we have all the Apple devices. Apple TVs, computers, tablets, watches. This is not an Apple Watch, but it's still a nice watch. But anyway, back then, if you had a vacuum cleaner or a washing machine, you were in the in crowd, as many middle-class Americans could not afford those items. They're too expensive and just not afford. But if you had a telephone, which many Americans did, that means you were able to talk to and communicate with Americans across the country, from east to west. Now, in 1903, Henry Ford introduced the Model T, which now allowed many Americans to purchase automobiles and travel wherever they wanted to go and go to a job, even if it's not in their specific region. The advances in chemistry and science also allowed for electric refrigerators and air conditioning units to finally be put in people's homes. As well, the invention of the escalator allowed for big businesses to let big items travel throughout the factory. Now for music. Jazz began to become more popular, especially in the South. As in New Orleans, they were breeding many jazz talents. One of them, his name was Louis Armstrong, the famed trumpet player who got his first role in 1918 from band leader King Orry. And blues was also a major factor in the South as well. James Weldon Johnson, the original creator of the song Lift Every Voice in 1900, which was the 35th anniversary of Black emancipation, gave blacks across the country hope as they knew they had a chance in society.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. And our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea.
Most music, African Americans and whites as well went to clubs or they had vinyl records in their homes. Now to minority groups. African Americans went through two key racial riots. One in New York City and another in New Orleans in the Deep South. There are also race riots from Atlanta in 1906 due to inequality between elite blacks and poor whites, as well as riots in Springfield, Indiana in 1908. From 1900 to 1915, over 15 million immigrants traveled into the country, as well as the beginning of the Great Migration in the same time period due to 6 million African Americans going north. As well, the NAACP was also established in 1909, which set the scene for many more chances for African Americans to be set equal. Now, to pass it on to my friend Makita, well, she'll be talking about fashion of the 1910s. Oh boy.
Thanks, Nate. My name is Makita, and I'll be talking to you guys about fashion today. Fashion has came a very, very long way throughout the decades, but the one that I'm specifically talking about is the 1910s era. During this time, women started to dress more freely and felt free to dress as they pleased. The new styles were referred to as rich and exotic. Clothes became softer and looser rather than tight and uncomfortable. This meant no more corsets and no more underwear garments. Women even started to bob their hair. Crazy, right? This was very new and unusual, so it took others a little while longer to come to terms with the new styles. Wouldn't it? Fabrics became lighter and colors became brighter. Men typically wore a suit and tie with bowler hats. They were going for the more dandy look, as you would say. This new style of clothing allowed women to be more brave, independent, and free. This era is very important because it allowed women to realize that they can do or be anything they wanted to, even if it was clarified that only men could do it. But that wasn't true, and these clothes, these new styles, made them realize that it wasn't true. It made them more courageous, and it made them accept who they were, and it made them proud of who they were, that nothing could stop them, even if they were a woman or a female. Nothing can stop what you dream. Now I'm going to pass it off to my friend Angelo, who will be talking about sports and entertainment. Thank you for listening.
Hi, my name is Angelo Ortiz. I would like to thank Makita for sending us over with her lovely information. Now I would like to discuss my information of the 1910s and the entertainment in the 1910s.